Let's look at some reasons for why you might want to study the history of science. The first reason is to cultivate a deeper interest and a deeper motivation to learn science. I would claim, and you might well disagree with me here, that the kinds of questions that the history of science deals with, which we saw a minute ago, are more fundamental, more interesting, and ultimately more helpful to pursue if we really want to acquire a deeper interest in science. When we study the origins and development of science through the lives of the humans engaged in it, that is, through the lives of the scientists, and when we look at the political or religious or spiritual or social and economic factors profoundly influencing and shaping the ideas of those people whom we call as scientists, we realize that science is ultimately a human activity. Scientific theories don't suddenly pop out from the heavens. They also don't pop out from the minds of lone geniuses. To do good science, we don't have to be infallible geniuses. Science has been developed by fallible humans just like us who were thinking systematically about fundamental questions which excited them as human beings and who carefully observed the world around them. Their thought processes were influenced by the time and place that they were living in. They were also influenced by the religious beliefs that they had and by the works of the other scientists who lived before them or during their time. They were also influenced by their own experiences, of course, but they were not engaged in an abstract or impersonal study of some dry subject that's meant to torture students in the classroom. They were passionately pursuing questions which excited them as curious human beings living in this world. That same curiosity is present inside us too. We just have to find a way to kindle it. This means that we too have the potential of becoming scientists, or at least becoming well informed about science, if we develop an interest in systematically pursuing the kind of questions that earlier scientists were stimulated by. They made lots of mistakes, just as we make mistakes. It is in fact very instructive to look at the numerous mistakes and blind alleys that earlier scientists were led into before they could finally come up with their theories that we learn in their present form. Many of their stories have all the excitement, all the suspense and thrill of a treasure hunt or of a gripping mystery novel. We just have to find the right way to immerse ourselves into the world that they lived in and to become a part of it. Learning any subject through stories is always easier because we enjoy listening to good stories. They capture our interest and attention. So I think that a lifelong interest in science will be much easier to cultivate if we study the history of science.